Hey gang, just got back from downtown and it's hot as hell. You folks in the northern hemisphere are lucky to have Christmas in the winter. So I went to the shopping center today, about 40 minutes from my house, to pick up my Nintendo Wii U. And guess what? We're sold out. Now, I understand that this is a hot item and everybody's getting their mitts on one, and they're pretty much selling out wherever you go. That's not much of an issue for me. However, I do take issue for the following. 3 weeks ago I had reserved my unit of Nintendo Wii U, the standard package, the white package with the regular stuff, not all the fancy stuff. And I wanted to get my hands on that today, and I had reserved it. I had signed a voucher that would ensure that I would get my Wii U. But the lady told me that her colleague or her co-worker had sold it, not knowing that I had reserved it. Now, this is a lack of communication and a very big lack of customer service. Now, I've heard this happening before, that somebody reserves, pre-orders, whatever you call it, something, either a console, a game, an item, and the clerk ends up selling it to somebody else. However, I didn't think that it would happen at this store. The store that I go to, actually I've been shopping at that store for several years now, because it's the only one that legally imports games, and overall they work pretty hard to maintain a very small video game market which we have around here. But I was a little bit disappointed, and I told the lady, well, that's a pretty bad lack of communication that you got there. Now, strangely enough, the lady was very apologetic, and she said, tell you what, I'll refund the amount of money that you set down on the system, and I'll give you a free controller. Well, I said, better than going back home empty-handed, so why not? And here it is. She gave me a brand new free Nintendo Wii Classic Controller Pro. Now, I did not have the Classic Controller Pro before, actually, and it's a really, really good controller. And I said, wow, it's free. The best, anything is free, anything, so yeah, I'll take it. I went to another store a few blocks down where they happened to sell older games like Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and whatnot. And I had seen a copy of Three Dirty Dwarfs over there, and I had reserved it, and I was going to go and pick it up today, yet the lady had sold it to somebody else. Now, I have thought that I was the only person with the Saturn in the whole city, but it appears that I'm not. And I was a little bit pissed off, because who would have picked up that particular game which I had reserved? But in compensation, the lady said that, well, I'll just give you these 3 free games that she had on the shelf. This had been sitting here for several weeks. Now, I don't think this lady actually knew what she was giving to me, because this is actually a pack of 3 games, 3 classic arcade Sega games. And as far as I know, they've gone up in price pretty much on the, at least on the online market. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Considering the very high prices that Sega Saturn games command nowadays, it's pretty rare that somebody can actually say that they got 3, even 1 free game. Now, this is quite a rare occasion. And these are actually 3 classic games from Sega, 3 arcade ports. Let's have a look at this. Now, just seeing all this stuff brings back so many memories, just rushing back. These little instruction booklets, and oh, a coupon. It says get up to $15 back when you buy Sega Saturn software. Awesome. Expires June 1997. Oh, drat. I suppose I can keep this as a keepsake. And, oh, Virtua Fighter 3 arcade cabinet. Awesome. Let's see, expires 1997. Drat. Not too shabby. Now, technically speaking, these are actually free to begin with because they're not for resale. These are actually packages that Sega would give to you free when you bought a Sega Saturn console. I bought mine with Panzer Dragoon, and I wasn't really interested in these arcade ports. I just wanted the Sega Saturn exclusive games. But it's always nice to have these. Sometimes people come over and can play a little bit of these in two-player mode. Virtua Fighter 2 was a game that most Sega Saturn owners actually had, and it was included with many models of the Saturn. I bought mine with Panzer Dragoon, and but this is actually not a bad game to have around. I understand this version is much better than the one that was originally packaged because it was reworked a bit. Virtua Cop is actually one of those games that I played a lot in the arcade, but not terribly much on the Saturn. Probably bust out the old Sega Stunner for this one. And Daytona USA. Now, I love this game in the arcade. I was never much of a fan of the Saturn version because it just feels right in the arcade with the arcade wheel and sitting down there and competing with somebody else. I never quite saw that just playing at home on the TV. But overall, it's not a shabby deal. I didn't pay a single penny for this, so hey, the best anything is free anything. Now, the item that I like the most is definitely this. This is a catalog slash poster, and it shows the very, very best of Sega Saturn. Now, many people might have grown up with the Mega Drive or with the Dreamcast and kind of saw the Saturn as a weak system game-wise. I personally grew up with the Saturn more than any other system. And when I see this, it just takes me back to that glorious age when my greatest preoccupations and worries were getting a good score at school and getting a good score at Virtua Cop or Die Hard Arcade or Virtual On. Sweet. Now here we can see a few of these RPGs. Personal favorite, Dark Savior and Dragon Force, Blazing Heroes. Yeah, this is good stuff. And if you unfold it completely, it becomes a really sweet poster of Virtual On Robot there, and Virtua Cop, Knights, Daytona, Las Bronx. Oh yeah, good stuff. And in case you want to bust out the old NetLink and play online, it's got you covered. So, all in all, I got a pretty good deal with this, and I didn't expect to get so many things for free. But, hey, sometimes good things come in unexpected moments. Good stuff. So, there you have it, some Sega Saturn goodness, some Nintendo Wii goodness, and it's been a very good haul. Most of all because it was completely unexpected. According to a lady at the shop, they'll be restocking the Wii U sometime in March. So, got a few months to play Daytona USA. I think we should start our engines, gentlemen. Alright, so let's fire this thing up and get ready to race. Gentlemen, start your engines. Never gets old. Daytona, let's go away. Daytona. Daytona. Gentlemen, start your engine. Priceless.